do a series of different moves today with you, so I do have a piece of paper down here in case I forget where I'm going. So this should be about 30-minute video of Pilates. As always, Pilates is a series of fluid movements focusing on neutral position and using your core. So really good for absolutely anybody. So I'm going to start lying down today, guys. Okay, so this is called getting into a relaxation position. And what you need to do is really focus on having your feet on the mat so that you can feel your big toe, your little toe and your heel. Okay, sort of push your lower back or your pelvis into the mat so you can feel that. And I want you to feel your head and I want you to feel the back of your rib cage, all in contact with the mat. Okay, so this is really a lovely position. Well, for me especially, because I'm laying in the conservatory just looking through the ceiling, glass ceiling at the clouds, but I'll get on with the class. So, yes, you can see me because I can see you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use what we call compass position to find our neutral spine. Now, neutral spine means pulling your tummy button in towards your back, okay, and not having too much curvature in your spine. So, first of all, what I want you to do is make sure that you don't have a big gap under your lower back, okay? So we're going to use the compass. So we're going to go north, which is your head, rocking our pelvis up, and then south, okay? Now when I'm south, I can feel there's a big gap there, so I know I'm not in neutral spine, okay? So I'm going to just play around with that for a minute so I can feel what feels good, what feels right. And then I'm going to do east to west with my pelvis. So I'm sort of moving my pelvis from side to side to make sure that I'm not leaning towards one side, okay? So obviously east is over to my right and west is over to my left. So just play around, guys, for a few minutes and get yourself into neutral spine. You'll feel when it's there. But the other thing you can do when you're lay down is to put your, make like a triangle with your hand, okay? So the point is towards your pelvic bone down there, okay? And you should feel that when you're in neutral, that triangle is right in the middle from your tummy button, a triangle across and down to your pelvic bone, okay? And that should be fairly flat, so it's not lifted. Can you see me lifting up there? And it's not backwards, it's just really flat, and this is your neutral spine. So we've used the compass to make sure that we're in neutral. I have my legs about hip width apart and I'm focusing on pulling my tummy button in or scooping out my abdomen, okay? So pulling my tummy button in towards my backbone. But I'm not breathing in, I'm breathing normally, and throughout Pilates you can connect breath to movement as time goes on, but for now just make sure you're breathing. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our neck, and we're just gently going to roll our head from side to side, okay, to get your neck muscles working and to loosen up your joints. Gently moving our head from side to side. Okay, we'll do 2 or 3 more. So again, don't worry too much about your breathing, just make sure you are breathing. Okay. Back to the middle. Okay, making sure your tummy button's still pulled in because that's a hard one to remember. We tend to go into relaxation mode when we lay down. What I want you to do now is we'll take our hands down to our side and we're just going to do some chin tucks. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose as I bring my chin towards my chest, and then I'm going to exhale when my chin gets there. So I'm just tucking my chin under. Can you see? I'm not lifting my head. And then I'm tilt my head backwards. Breathe in through my nose. Exhale through my mouth as my chin goes down. You're not tucking your chin too far down. It's just a very gentle movement. So we'll do a few chin tucks. Start, I've forgotten, so bear with me. Chin tucks. breathing. So we're now going to use our diaphragm, which is this big muscle that we use when we're breathing, just to practice our breathing. Now normally when you breathe in, normally if you want to hold your tummy in, you're breathing in like this, but actually the natural thing to do is when you breathe in through your nose, your diaphragm should expand so your tummy goes out. So let's do 4 deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. So feel your tummy if you want to. Of those, you'll see on the 4th one if you want to watch how my tummy goes out when I breathe in. So can you see my tummy's really expanded, and then as I breathe back out through my mouth, my tummy goes back down. That's a really good thing to do if you just want to chill out sometimes, especially during the next few weeks where we are self-isolating in the main. It's good to have some relaxation time, and diaphragm breathing is really good for you. So from there we're going to start to do some movements now, and we're going to do what we call leg slides. So with one leg up, my right leg is in the foot flat on the floor, so it's like a kneeling position if I was kneeling, and we're just going to slide the left leg out, okay? So I'm sliding it down the mat all the way as far as you can, almost like you're pulling that leg out of the socket, okay? Out of your hip bone. So you're really sliding that leg and giving it a really good stretch. And I flex my heel here, and once you do that, you'll feel a really good stretch in the calf. Okay, don't stretch for too long, you don't want to push it. Then we bring our leg up, and we're going to do 5 of those each side. So we're now onto the right side, stretching our leg, flexing, bringing our leg back to our left leg. It's quite hard to slide it down the mat because the mat's a little bit sticky. It's not sticky, but you know what I mean. Bring it back. Ridged is the word I'm looking for. The right leg is sliding it down, pointing, and then flexing for a minute to feel the muscle in the back of your calf, and bring it back. Okay, and if you carry on with those, you count your own, I'll count mine roughly because I'm talking to you as well. Bringing the leg back. Okay, we're going to do some abdomen work today. Starting with the legs a little bit just to get those muscles stretched and lengthened, but we're going to do some abdomen work because I'm aware that the last couple of videos I've done have been mainly legs. So I think I've got 1 more each side or 2 more each side. I'm going to do 1 more each side. And the energy out through that heel as you do that. Okay, bring your leg back up and then take your leg back down. And then you can see what I've written down for the next exercise while you bear with me. Okay, yeah, knee openings and knee folds. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open the knee, and this is really good for the hip opening as well. So take your left leg and just let your knee fall down, okay, to the side. Don't push it and don't move your whole body. Your lower pelvis will move, your lower pelvis, your lower body, your pelvis will move. Try and keep your upper body really still, okay, and then over to the right hand side. Just let it open as far as it goes. Then back up. I'm holding this so that I'm aware that I'm not dropping or moving the top half of my body. But it's my core, because I'm keeping my tummy button pulled in, right hand side. I'm using my core to keep me still, it's stabilising my spine here, guys. Okay. If I wasn't using my core, my whole body would probably start to turn to one side. So we're going to do 2 more either side. So open your right knee and let it drop as far as it goes. Making sure that the knee that drops, the foot is still in contact with the floor so it's not lifting up. Leg, knee dropping down. Okay, so we're opening the hip here as well. And then the last one on the left hand side. My memory's tracking today, it's because it's late in the day. So knee folds and ankle circles. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just bring our knees up. So we're bringing our knee up, one knee at a time. So our right knee, pointing our toe and stepping it back down. Bringing our left knee up, pointing our toe and stepping it back down. Bringing our right knee up. Okay, when you're doing this, you're not bringing your knee towards your chest or taking it out. You're literally just lifting it off the floor. And 5 of these either side. If it doesn't matter, guys, it's really difficult to count and talk and breathe and hold my tummy in. I'm trying to do the lot. Now my left. That can't kneel down, that have problems with your knees, which is an awful lot of people. We're not doing any kneeling exercises, I don't think, in this sequence. So that'll please you. Really, really gentle, easy session at the moment. But Pilates often feels like that, and it's only afterwards, or the day after, or the day after the day after, that you realise you've actually done a workout, as I can vouch for from when I started doing Pilates. So last one either side. Point your toe if you can. I've got a little bit of cramp in my toes. I always get that, as most of you know. And then our left. And that's our knee folds. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to bring up our right leg and we're just going to do some ankle circles. So I'm just circling my ankle, starting to get my ankle joint mobilised. Okay, and you'll feel the muscles obviously in your lower leg working as well. So now the other way, so we're going the opposite way of where we've just been with our right ankle, just circling, circling. We're going to do some knee circles in a minute as well. So step that leg down and then bring your left leg up and we'll do some ankle circles. Oh, I can hear my ankle creaking. I think that's the ankle that I've sprained several times in the past and never sort of goes back to normal. You're doing really well there, by the way, guys. I just know you are. I can't see you, but I can feel it. Okay. And leg down. And now we're going to do some knee circles. So when you first start, if you do big knee circles, your whole body will move and you're not engaging your core. So let's think again about our core. Make sure that you're still in neutral, okay, in case you've come out of it. Tummy button into the spine, okay. Just breathing as you do your knee circles. Take your right knee up and just do some little tiny knee circles. When you start these, the circle should be about the size of a grapefruit. And as time goes on and your core becomes stronger, and you can hold your body stiller, then you can do larger knee circles, but we're just going to start off with tiny ones. So that's our right knee, and now we're going to go the other way with our right knee, just some tiny, tiny knee circles. Try and keep your shoulder blades down as well, and your rib cage down towards your hips as you're doing these. Don't let anything lift up. And lift your left foot. And then knee circles with our left knee one way, and then in a minute you're going to go the other way. But while you're doing your knee circles, I'm just going to double check the next exercise I've got written down. Foot down, so both feet are down now. We've worked our legs a little bit and started to lengthen our muscles and mobilise the joints, and we're going to go up into a bridge. So we're just going to have move your feet towards your bottom if you need to, it's a little bit easier. Toes pointing forward, heels back, still in neutral, tummy button scooped in, okay? So almost like a spoon is sort of on your tummy button, on your tummy even. And then we're going to go on up. So as you go up, don't use your shoulders or your neck or your head to push you up. Use your core. If anything, if you need a bit of help, push your heels in, okay? So I'm not using my arms or anything. I'm just pushing up all the way into a bridge. And when I get there, I'm going to hold it and I'm going to pull my bottom in tight, and that means I'm using my glutes. And you'll also start to feel this down the inside of your thighs. Okay, so stay there for a couple more seconds. Okay, making sure your shoulders are relaxed, tummy button scooped in, and then gently come down vertebrae by vertebrae. We're just going to do 3 of these. And on the third one, we're going to do some arm exercises. So back up, so inhale, exhale as you come up. Carry on breathing, don't stop breathing because you're still, okay, but just hold it. Pull your glutes in, can you feel yourself really pulling your bottom in really tight? Okay, and then we're going to go down gently, one vertebrae by vertebrae. Doing a great job there, guys, really good. And then inhale, exhale as we push, just push a little bit further if you can towards the ceiling, okay? Really as far as you can go, but without arching your back or using your shoulders. Your shoulders should be absolutely relaxed here, guys. And your head, you're not using that at all. All you're using is your core muscles. You're pulling your glutes in and you may be pressing your heels into the floor as well. So I want you now just to lift your hands slightly off the floor and we're going to pump our hands for 30, our arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's our 30. Arms down. Take your bridge back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Really slowly, don't let it drop until you're all the way down. And then just give yourself a really good round of applause. You've done well so far. Pull your knees in and just relax. And circle your spine round one way and then the other way. 2 or 3 times, just to give your spine a little massage, okay? Because while you're doing that, I can check the next movement I've jotted down. Right. Well, we're going to do some curl-ups though. This is really exciting. This is where the ab work starts. This mobilises your spine and your rib cage. It moves those for you. Okay, stabilises your pelvis. And we're going to do 6 of those. So a curl up, you're not coming all the way up, guys. You're just coming up as far as you can go. And believe me, when you watch me, I don't come up very far. You don't need to. Pilates is tiny moves. Okay, but again, it's focusing on the core. So I'm just checking. I'm still in neutral. Tummy button's pulled in towards my spine. And I'm just gently, with my knees still folded, I'm just going to gently curl up as far as I can. Okay, I'm not tucking my chin under because I wouldn't be able to talk or breathe. I'm just looking over my knees, okay? My hands aren't going towards my feet, they're staying towards my knees, and then back. And as I come up, in through my nose, okay, that's as far as you need to go. I can actually feel my abdomen muscles, my working here, even under all the layers of fat. And back down, okay, and then up. Three more of those, and I'm going to just check what exercises that we're going on to next. Oh, that's a nice one, hip rolls, knees, hip rolls, obliques. Okay, so you should have maybe done 2 more of those, so again I'm going to carry on doing the next 2 with you. I'm just holding it there. And then inhale. As you come up. Okay. As I do these exercises with you, I will stop and talk in between, but you can carry on doing the exercise we've just finished. So if you're doing a couple more curl-ups, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to do now some hip rolls. So we want our arms out, okay? Chest and shoulders are open here. So arms out wide, and we're just going to gently roll our hips to either side. We're going to do 5. Feet still hip width apart, toes facing forward, heels facing back, and just let your knees drop to one side, so your hips are rolling out, but your body and your rib cage, your ribs, your shoulders are staying in the same position. Nothing's rolling up, okay, apart from your hips. And then back to the centre, and we're going to do 5 of these each side. So hip roll, That's 2 each side. Keeping your tummy button pulled in, guys. And with Pilates, what we tend to do is we exhale on the when we're exerting ourselves. Okay, so I inhale now in the middle and then exhale as I go to the side. Exhale as my knees drop. Okay, and I think you guys have got 2 more of those to do while I just check the next exercise. Okay, we're going to do some oblique curl-ups now. So I'm guessing you've finished your hip rolls now. So what I want you to do is link your hands behind your head, okay, elbows out, knees hip width apart, tummy button scooped in, and what we're going to do, as you lift up, your right elbow is going to go towards your left knee, but what you're not going to do is bring your knee in to meet your elbow, okay, we're not doing that, we're just using, again, our oblique muscles because we're going from side to side, so we're going to do some rotation, and we're using our abdominal muscles. Gosh, can't even say the word anymore. So let's start. So we take a deep breath in through our nose, and as we go up, we exhale. So can you see? I am not going that far up. My elbow is not touching my knee, and my knee isn't coming up, and back down. And then over to the right hand side. Over to the left hand side and back to the middle, over to the right hand side. I'm going to talk now because I need to do these properly. So working my tummy muscles. I lied about not talking. To do. If we've got 2, you do 2, and I'll just check my notes. I'll roll like a ball to get myself up into a sitting position. I'm sort of moving a bit so that I can see you, you can see me, and I'm not touching the sofa, guys. So rolling like a ball, it's just rolling it backwards into a ball and then into its sitting up position. So I'm going to do a couple of those really. So roll up and then up, up, and then up. And on the last one, I want you to try and keep your feet up. So let's have a go at that. That was my practice showing you. Okay, so you're lying down at the moment, so bring your knees up and try and roll yourself up. And then we're going to roll backwards as far as we can, and then bring ourselves back up. So we do 2 of those, and on the second one, I want you to try and balance, so have your feet slightly off the floor when you come up. So, up. It's great fun if nothing else. 2. Did I say 2 or 3? Third one. Now I'm trying to balance. Haven't got a lot of room for my legs here. It would be easier if they were further out. So I'm just holding my feet up. Okay, and then bring your feet down flat on the floor, and what we're going to do is our bow and arrow. So with our bow and arrow today, it's slightly different to our usual bow and arrow. We're going to take our left arm back and look over our shoulder, and then we're going to bring our left arm out just to give an extra stretch, and you're working these oblique muscles here. And then back. And exactly the same on the right hand side. So bow and arrow back, look over your shoulders so that you're doing a twist, take your arm out and then bring it back. And we're doing 5 of those. So this is the second one on the left hand side. Bow and arrow back, bring your arm out. It's really tough, this is, and back. I said I was That's going to work your abdominal muscles. Arm out and back, right, looking over your shoulder, keeping your tummy button pulled in. Okay, we're using our core here. Arm back, bow and arrow back on your left, arm out and back, and one more each side here. Bow and arrow back, twisting, looking over my shoulder, arm goes out to the side, arm comes forward, left arm out to the side, arm goes forward. Phew. Whew, that's a tough one. So now what I want you to do is bring your feet together. So soles of the feet together, and just sort of press down a little bit on either hip. So we're just opening our hips here. But I want you to sit up tall with your back. Okay, so shoulder blades down into your back pocket. We're not slouching here. Okay, feet together. Push your knees down as far as you can, either side of the mat. Okay, take a couple of deep breaths. And now we're going to do something called windows, which I've never done before, and I woke up in the middle of the night doing windows. So we're just going to lie back down on the floor. Okay, so our windows are, our arms are flat in front of us, arms to the side. Okay, so they're in like an L position, and then we take them all the way back behind our head, then we take them up in the air, and now we bring our arms down, palms flat, arms out to the side in the L shape, and take our arms behind us. I'm not sure why these are called windows, but they are. Arms up, arms down onto the mat, palms down, flip the hands over so we've got an L shape, behind us, and bring our arms up. While your arms are up, I just want you to do some wrist circles. So we'll circle both wrists, okay, one way, just the wrist, not the whole arm, it's just the wrist, and you're keeping your core still as well. And then the other way. So just really, really moving our wrist joints around. Okay. And now the other way. And then back the other way. So we've done 4 lots of wrist movement. Then put your arms down by your side, guys, and just wiggle your fingers however you want to. Nowadays we use iPads and phones such a lot. We use our fingers an awful lot on a really hard surface. So it's quite good to get those joints moving and flex our fingers. Okay, let me just check our next exercise. Okie dokie. We're doing cat-cow now and then down dog. So what we're going to do now, just roll yourself up into a sitting position. And I did lie a little bit because we are just doing a couple of exercises on our knees. If you can't kneel, you can do cat-cow sitting down. Cat is when you arch your back, and cow is when you sort of do the opposite. I can't think of the word. Okay, not flat back, but slightly bent in. So cat, if you're sitting up with your knees up or with your knees out, legs out, a cat is when you sort of stretch your spine and arch it, and the cow is the opposite way. So I'm going to do this for the purpose of the exercise kneeling down. So we're going to do 3 cat-cows. So I'm going to lift my cat. Oh, that's really nice. And then I'm dropping down into cow, not too far, but just slightly. So that's my flat back, that's my cow, okay? And then I'm going to breathe in, out as I go up into my arch, into cow, cat. Arms should be just directly under your shoulders, they're not forwards and they're not back, just to remind you. And down, oh, that's nice. That's a good stretch. Then back up into cat. And now what I want you to do is to tuck your toes under, and you're going to bring yourself up into what we call down dog. So you're pushing your heels towards the floor, okay? Your arms are where they were, and this is called down dog, but I want you to try and take your shoulder blades down and your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, so it's not sort of hunched, it's more like that. I'm hoping that looks okay to you guys. And then just gently bring your feet and your hands towards each other. And just roll up slowly. And now we're just going to do a really quick couple of exercises to cool down. I'm quite warm actually. So if we just roll ourselves down, so tuck your head, your neck into your chin into your neck, and just take yourself down gently, gently, gently to the floor. Don't forget we're still in neutral, so tummy buttons pulled in, your feet are facing, toes are facing forward and heels backwards. Okay, roll yourself up slowly, 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 slowly. Take your shoulder blades down towards your back pockets, and you're opening up the chest here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into a standing cobra. So link your hands behind your back, and we're just literally opening up the chest area here and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Okay, that's your standing cobra. And you're just working on your upper back muscles here. Okay, now what we're going to do is a few shoulder rolls to finish off. So shoulder rolls back, a few shoulder rolls the other way. Okay, and just to finish off, we're going to just link our hands together there, and we're just going to twist. Hips aren't going, just your body to the side. Couple of stretches. Again, working the oblique muscles, because we've worked a little bit on the obliques and the abdominals this afternoon. Back to the left. And one more. Big arm circles, and in a minute we're going to do what I call the sweep. Arm circles back. Okay, you should start to feel now as though you've loosened up an awful lot. So we're going to sweep down and up, and sweep down and sweep up, and one more. Sweep down, sweep up, put your palms together, and namaste. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you soon.